Okay, so back seat. Oh, this is really hard. We're gonna have a little chat about this too.
This is a different kind of design.
This is a very different design. This covered section up top, which is removable, which gives you a sort of partially covered, much deeper bin, or a covered bin up here, deeper one underneath. But then come up to this part here, right? So these cup holders actually just get out of your way by flipping this way.
Oh, I like that.
If you like, right? So now you've got sort of a much bigger open space there. I don't know if we can fit the big guy camera in here, but I mean, that's the idea. And if you've got a beverage...
My thermos would fit in there nicely, and it drives me crazy because usually it has to sit right here.
And have you seen how you open these? Watch. They just...
And you can have a small drink and a large drink if you want.
Exactly. And I think you'd want to be careful with these because they might... That would hurt a little bit. Yeah, interesting. If you just want a storage bin, you've got that there. And if you want cup holders, push, push, and there they are. Other interesting touch to show you here as well, this gear shift lever. First time I ever saw this was in the Hyundai Ioniq 5, which is electric. And what we can do is push there for park, tip it forward for drive, tip it backwards for reverse, and tip it sort of halfway forwards like that for neutral. The nice thing about that is you clear up the room down in the center console to have things like that bigger bin with the sprout out cup holders. But also if you're doing a 3-point turn or just maneuvering around town, you can change gears without taking your hands off of the steering wheel, or at least without taking your hands very far from the steering wheel, because we can just tap it there when we're on our way by, and that makes it really easy to maneuver this in tight quarters. Now you may not have seen inside of one of these yet, so let me give you a look around at what you can expect in here in the 2024 Kona. So as you saw me just getting in there, no need to duck my head, good sized door opening here. First thing to point out, camera guy James, and you probably noticed this too, let's take a look at this dashboard. I'm gonna put my hand all the way up here to the windshield. Now see how thin this dashboard is, right? It only comes to kind of the center of my forearm. It's a slimmer dashboard. It gives you the sensation of the dashboard being farther away. That has a way of sort of opening up the feel of the cabin. Nothing cramped here around my knees, my legs. Headroom seems to be more than adequate here at about 5'10". Nothing cramped or crowded. Other thing to draw your attention to, use of this touchscreen here, almost never mandatory, because down here lower, we've got hard buttons for just about everything. There's our audio system, our full climate control system right here. We come down, we've got a separate section there for our USB charging. Further down here, we've got heated seat, steering wheel, auto hold, drive mode selector, push button, center differential lock, parking cameras, and heated seats there for the passenger side. So that is a logical segmenting of all these different control surfaces with hard buttons, meaning you're gonna have an easy time using all of this with your gloves on because use of that touch screen almost never mandatory in this car.
Now we can talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
So the first thing that happened when I walked in here,
that James does in every car,
when I came in, is I'm like, oh look, a place for my phone. No, like another inch. That's all I'm asking for is an inch.
Does mine fit?
Oh, almost.
Just about. So do be careful. Of course, we have the wireless charging pad down here, which is actually,
Humongoid.
you know, where we're going to put it. I don't know what you'd put there. Some pens or something, maybe. You know, things like this. Say some hand lotion there.
But even,
that's going to go flying too.
Yeah, like I don't... Gum? Oh, a pack of gum will fit in there.
Yeah.
But like you don't want that messy.
What about my gloves?
I don't know what you would use this for.
The wallet.
The gum holder, sure.
The wallet's
wallet?
You're never going to put your wallet there, though.
No, I'm not going to put my wallet there because it's not deep enough. Like it's going to fly out.
And you keep that out of sight, too. All right, Hyundai, so me and camera guy James have a question for you. What are we supposed to use this for? I mean, and the thing is, they've got so much good storage elsewhere. I mean, I appreciate the touch. Let's put it to the audience. If you're watching on YouTube, if you have this car, let us know. WTF are you putting in that shelf compartment there? Because we can't seem to find anything.
No.
You notice there, no duck for my head here. It was tight, but I didn't have to lean down getting in there. The front seat here is in my comfortable seated driving position as a 5'10", 200-pound guy. Legroom is adequate there. I would say nothing much more than that. It's about what I would expect. We do not have the flat rear floor, so we've got a middle passenger. Their feet are going to be a little bit crowded. James, you were right about this seat because you sat back here before I did. This seat is pretty hard. Like that's a solid seat right here.
Yeah, you're not sitting into the seat, you're sitting on top of that.
Yeah, this is more like sitting on sort of a bench or something. It's not super soft. Now that doesn't mean it may not wear in over time with use. Maybe a year from now this will soften up, but definitely get your passengers to sit back here and make sure that this is going to be comfortable enough for them. I think it'll be roomy enough. Legroom, knee room is okay. Headroom is okay. If you're much taller than me, at about 5'10", you're going to start running out pretty quick. These back seats do recline slightly, and there is enough headroom above us to take advantage of that. But I guess my complaint back here is like the part I'm sitting on and the seat back actually too. These are both really, really stiff. We do have 2 USB-C charging ports and a handy cubby right there to keep some accessories charged up on the go. And we do have the handy little pouchy right here, but only on the one seat. So all in all, not a bad back seat. Just make sure that you're okay with sitting on something that's this stiff. I can't say that on TV, can I? Okay, let's take a look at the cargo space. Standard autopilot loadout here. My camera bag, camera guy James's tripod bag, camera guy James's camera bag back there.
And a place to put your
So I was walking the dog the other day and picked up his mess, as one does, and forgot to take it out. So if you're a dog owner like me, you've got a handy spot there for anything you want to take with you away from your walk at the park.
a place to put your
We'll just bleep it, whatever. So cargo cover snapping out if we like. Just give that a little whack under here. That's going to come right up and out of your way. Take this right off. Just for a little look. Opens us up like that. But important to note there, we can actually fold that seat down without having to move the forward seats up. And that's a handy touch because if you're driving something like a Mazda CX-30, remember we had to actually move the front seats up to fold the back seats down. So nice touch there. Standard kit here again, stacked up pretty good there. We're just about out of space here. Again, you do have bigger options if cargo space is important to you. And of course we can split fold those rear seats if we need to bring longer or larger items. Let me give you a look at how we do that. So again, this driver's seat still in my comfortable seated driving position. Let's see if we can fold this seat back down without having to move it. I guess if we force that a little bit, and of course, James, if you can fold that other side down there. So, no,
not gonna happen.
With that seat being even a little bit more reclined, we're out of space to fold this down. So if you are folding these back seats down, you will definitely want to make sure those front seats are up and out of the way. A little compact in here. You do have bigger options for the money, but this might be the right machine for your dollar. Always important to check and see what your new car is running for spare tire provisions. Under here, we have a tire mobility kit. So I actually had a viewer email about this the other day. We have the space in there for a spare tire, but actually on this particular model, just a tire mobility kit. So if you blow a sidewall on a pothole, for instance, this is not going to help you. And that's commonly what you're going to do when you damage a tire driving on Sudbury, Ontario roads. It's not going to be a nail that does you in. It's going to be blowing a chunk out of the side of your sidewall, in which case this is not going to help you. This is for getting a nail in your tire. You can get to a shop and get it replaced. But since we have the room in here for a spare, I had a reader the other week email, and he was actually able to purchase the actual temporary spare tire from the dealership to run that as well. So if you're shopping one of these out, make sure that you're aware of what you have for spare tire provisions. And if you think this isn't going to do you for where you live, talk to your dealership about getting a temporary spare as well.